Hello everyone, come join me make pork asado today. Just preparing my meat here. I'll be marinating this with lime, soy sauce, and black pepper. If you have lemon, that will do also. If you have calamansi, that would even be better. But of course, calamansi is not that easy to get here in Maryland. You can get it, it's just a little bit expensive. So when I prepared the meat here, this is pork butt, pork kasim. When I make asado, I tend to make my cuts a little bigger. So I'll let this marinate for a couple hours. Alright guys, just marinating the pork asado meat here. So we've got our pork already sliced. I've added a couple tablespoons of black pepper. Added our soy sauce, our silver swan soy sauce, and some Knorr seasoning. So now I'm just squeezing our lime. I've got about 5 pieces of lime here. We'll let this marinate for a couple hours, then we'll get cooking. Whenever I make pork asado, there's really not a lot of ingredients you need for this. I use tomato sauce and some diced tomatoes in a can. If you have some fresh ones, that will do also. Sometimes I put carrots if I don't have carrots. Some air fried potatoes also go along with this. And we can even have this with some white rice and some Filipino pickle, some achara. It's a good combination. Or if you have kimchi too. Sometimes we have containers of kimchi, so it's a good match for pork asado. So I'll let this marinate for a couple hours. I'll go out for a quick run, try to put in a workout, then we'll get cooking. So this is about 5 pieces of lime. Maybe I don't need all 5. I'll do maybe 3.5 pieces of lime. Then towards the end, after we're finishing the asado, as we're cooking, we'll add in the remaining lime. You want that acidic taste with this dish, so maybe we'll save the lime that we have left here and use it later. And now we just have to massage our meat a little bit, and then we'll set it aside. Alright guys, so our meat has done marinating. It's been a couple hours now, so let's get started. We are browning our meat in our pot. Once we browned all our meat, we will throw in our potatoes in the air fryer and then do the rest. I need to grab tongs. So I've already put in olive oil in the pot here. So we're just browning our meat here. Once we browned our meat, we can saute our garlic and onions and get everything in the pot, so we can have a good lunch. I can turn this up since I'm not doing too many things. I can keep an eye on all this. When I know I'm doing too many things, I don't turn up my heat too high, because then I end up burning things. So right now I put the heat on high. It doesn't take long to brown the meat. It only takes, I don't know, 5 minutes for each batch max. The same pot that I'm browning the meat. I'll be using the same pot to finish the rest of the cooking because I want the flavor that the pot has absorbed from all the meat. I want all the flavor that's in the pot to be in the dish. That's what I meant. So now let's slice our potatoes. I should have soaked these in water, but I was busy getting set up. That's okay. I'm gonna want them to turn brown anyway when I air fry them, so no big deal. So I'm gonna leave these like this. I'm not cubing them this time. I'm just changing it up. You know, the beauty in cooking, there's no rules on how you should be doing things. So whatever mood you're in is whatever it's gonna be. Just make it taste good. I don't think I'll be able to fit all these potatoes here, so I'll have to use 2 grills. If you guys have carrots, you can also put carrots in this dish. I'm chewing on something. I got something on the other side of the counter. Kinda hungry. So we'll air fry the potatoes for like 25-30 minutes. It takes a while, but that's okay. We'll be doing other things while we're waiting for the potatoes. Let me set this aside. I made some gochujang fried rice for my kids. This is what they brought to lunch. So we can eat the gochujang fried rice also with the pork asado. So the all the ingredients that we put in the marinade, we're gonna be using all that once all the meat has browned. We're combining everything in the pot. All right. So now we have seared all our meat. We are now sautéing garlic and onions in the same pot that we seared all the meat. Okay. We want all that flavor that we created while searing. So we've got garlic, we have onions, got some bay leaves ready also. I've got to get some tomato sauce and diced tomatoes in the pantry. Forgot about those. Alright, now we can throw in our onions. Just saute the onions, and then once the onions are translucent, then we can throw in all our meat and everything else. Let's put our meat in. We've got our potatoes in the air fryer. Those should be finishing up in a few minutes. You know, I'm actually gonna save some of this meat because my kids like this same marinade. just fried in olive oil. So maybe I don't have to cook all this and make asado with it. I think that's plenty of asado right there. We'll keep this meat for another dish that my kids like to eat. But we are putting in all that juice in the pot. We want all that flavor. And we also are combining the marinade that we use for the meat. So now that we put in everything in the pot, let's put in our bay leaves. Then put our cover on and let this simmer for a good maybe 30-35 minutes. I might have to add a little bit of black pepper. We'll let this simmer for 30-35 minutes. Check on it every few minutes. Then put in our potatoes, and then we've got our pork asado. You know, I haven't tried cooking and speaking in Tagalog, although Tagalog is not my native tongue. If I speak Kapampangan, not everyone understands Kapampangan. So baka subukan ko mag-Tagalog. So ngayon, hayaan lang natin kumulo yung ating karne. So mga 30 to 35 minutes. Yung ating apoy naka-medium right now. So we'll let that simmer. Pakuluin lang natin mga 30-35 minutes. Punasan natin yung ating takip para magandang tignan sa ating video. Tsaka tayo maglinis-linis ng konti dito sa kusina dahil nakatambak ang ating mga ginamit. So since I put some of that meat aside that I've seared earlier, the same meat that we're using for the pork asado, I'm frying that meat because my kids like to eat the same type of meat that I've marinated for the asado, so we can have different dishes when we eat later. Let's throw in a little bit of water because we need to tenderize this meat. Put in a little bit of black pepper. Okay, our potatoes are done. Let me see how they're looking here. So basically later when the asado is about to be done, we just throw in these potatoes in the pot. Then it's all finished. So this is how we want the potatoes. See, without using oil, you can cook potatoes in the air fryer. You can also fry them in the olive oil. It just becomes a little bit expensive. I prefer it this way. Alright, let's go ahead and add our tomato sauce. I don't stir it now because whenever I cook anything with tomato sauce, once I stir it, as I'm still simmering the meat, the bottom gets brown. So I don't stir it now because I don't want the bottom to get brown. I don't want the pot to get burnt. So I'll stir it in a few minutes after the tomato sauce has cooked also. Then in a few minutes we'll add the potatoes and the squeeze a little bit of lime. So we can now add our potatoes and lime here. Let me actually taste it just to see if we need to adjust it. No adjustments needed. So good. So let's put in our lime. We put in our lime and our potatoes, then we are all done. So I wasn't able to find a can of diced tomatoes. So usually I like to put a can of diced tomatoes, a can or two. But since I don't have it, can't put it, which is okay. Still tastes the same. Like I said earlier, I just like adding the diced tomatoes for texture. In terms of taste, it doesn't really change anything. Now we can turn up our heat a little bit, then put in our potatoes. And there you go, guys. That's our pork asado. Let's mix it up a little bit, and then we can show you a closer look. This is the Kapampangan-style Asado, the Mekeni style. So Mekeni, guys, Mekeni mangantamo. So all we need now is rice. Alright guys, just finished cooking the pork asado. Come join me eat. So instead of the achara, I actually grabbed some kimchi. So we're having pork asado with some white rice and some kimchi. So my kids love kimchi, so we always have kimchi in the fridge. Let's try the meat. Just right. A little bit of kimchi. Doesn't get better than that. So good. I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? You take care now.